to my channel. I'm Nancy, and this is a series called Nancy's Bookshelf, where we review romance novels. And today's book is a Kindle Unlimited book called Tangled by Simone Elise, and it is a cute book. I really enjoyed it. So the book starts out is Sophie is a senior in high school, and her world, as she knows it, is nothing like she thought it would be. She fell in love when she didn't think she would, and I mean, you're in high school, you don't necessarily, she had things planned. This is what she was gonna do. So she never saw herself really falling in love, but she did. And she ended up falling in love with the main popular guy in the high school. And before she even realized what was going on, her life at school, her social status changed. She was pulled into his world and became the popular girl. As her year progressed, she thought everything was great. Until Kyle, her boyfriend, dumped her. And not only did he dump her, but he dumped her on her birthday in front of all of her friends and family. And on top of that, was cheating on her with her best friend, Kayla. So if you got issues with cheating and best friend, that sort of thing, just keep that in mind that does happen in this book. So in the end, Kyle cheated on her, broke up with her in front of everybody, and just as the year was ending, she couldn't think of any other reason that everything was going wrong. It couldn't be anything else happen. But it comes to show that she was really in love with her and with him, and she was devastated, and he totally destroyed her. And about after a month, she was forced to start a new school year. And she didn't have her boyfriend, she didn't have her best friend, she didn't have anybody. It was just her, because everything in her life revolved around him. And so she didn't have anybody. So, kind of makes your last year of school kind of really crappy. Really crappy. So, on top of that, her parents, who are doctors, decide that they're going to go on a Doctors Without Borders tour and leave her at home. But her parents aren't really comfortable with leaving her home alone. So they decide she's going to go stay at Kyle's house because their parents get along. And she eventually finds things that help her become more sane and become more who she is, and finding herself without the golden boyfriend. And the golden boy has a older brother who just got out of prison, and he's a bad boy. So he is part of a motorcycle club, and she unintentionally gets involved with another guy in the motorcycle club, and then finds out, the older brother is no. Josh is no. You can't date him. And don't wear stuff, don't do anything like that, don't go to any parties with him, all that kind of stuff. It's kind of the gist of it. It is a happily ever after. There is no cliffhanger there. There's a slow burn. I would say brothers. It's an ex-boyfriend's brother trope, but motorcycle club trope, I don't know. The story itself was really cute. I liked how Josh would come to her rescue multiple times, and he would just spend time with her. But Kyle didn't want her seeing Josh, of course, and he ultimately didn't want to be broken up with her, and that comes out later in the story on why he did break up with her. The story itself has a lot of potential. There's a lot of spin-off space. There's a lot of space that could have been developed more. It does end a little bit abruptly. So, the very end of the book, you kind of like, is there a next book? Is there something else gonna happen? Let's see. Just looking at notes here. So, but for the most part, the book was really good, and I really liked it. It wasn't terribly spicy, but there was a little bit of spice to it. And I gave it an overall 4-star rating because there was room for development. And I definitely love to read more if she wrote more about it. So I'm not going to go too into detail, because if you do too much, then it kind of gives away the whole story, and I don't want to do that because it's actually really good. It's one of those books that I'm like, I couldn't put it down, and that doesn't happen very often. So if you've had a chance to read Tangled, let me know in the comments what you thought about it, and if you think there should have been more to the story, or if it was fine the way it ended, because I felt like I wanted more. But that just could be because I really wanted more. I wanted there to be more of Sophie and Josh and their relationship once the truth was out. So, again, let me know if you've read it, if it's on your TBR, or if you didn't finish it. And then, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And then consider sticking around and becoming book friends by subscribing. And until next time, happy reading, book friends.